and gentlemen, welcome to the Cage Match. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, and we're going to review WWE SmackDown for December 27th, 2019. I got my notes right next to me over here, so if I'm glancing over this way a lot, that's why. So to kick it off, you're supposed to have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz versus Baron Corbin, triple threat match to figure out who's going to face Bray Wyatt at Royal Rumble. Almost said Survivor Series. Match really never gets underway. Baron Corbin comes out, cuts a promo, Roman Reigns interrupts him, beats the crap out of him. And then they cut to commercial and come back. Baron is with a trainer and he's like, I can't compete and blah, blah, blah. So they're trying to figure out what to do with this match. And then you get the New Day and Braun Strowman versus Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Sami Zayn, who I haven't seen in the ring in quite some time. And quite frankly, this is Sami's strong suit, is in-ring competition. He's a bit goofy with his character, just over the top and bouncing around like he's got like severe ADD. It just doesn't really work for me. I like him much better in the ring. So as good as everybody is in this match, you've got 6 really good competitors. The match was just all right for me. There was really nothing that stuck out, nothing that grabbed my attention. It was there. At the end of the day, New Day and Braun Strowman get the win, and the big moment here was after the match, New Day are trying to get Braun Strowman to dance. The crowd starts chanting, "Get these hips." So I thought that was pretty funny, and then of course Braun Strowman starts dancing, and it's exactly what you would think it would be. It's just very jerky. But it was a funny moment, I guess. After that, Kayla gives us an update on this triple threat match that started the show, and now is going to be Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. So we will get that later. Then you get Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose in a backstage bit where it looks like they're starting to maybe split these two up because Mandy Rose is asking if Sonya Deville is going to be in her corner. Sonya Deville said, "You weren't there in my corner last week when Carmella beat me." So she says, as soon as I finish passing out these calendars that she's signing, she'll be out there. Mandy Rose turns around and there's Otis. He gives her a fruitcake for her giving him the hand last week and said he was sorry about sweating all over her dress. Then you get Carmella, which I'm going to reiterate, I find it very interesting, and let me try to be fair here. I think Carmella has gotten better. I think she's trained really hard, and she's really trying to be a good performer. I see the effort, and I do see it in the ring. She's definitely not what she used to be. Having said that, I still think it's really unique that they gave her like pyro during her entrance, and like she's one of the people, because while I do think she's gotten better, and I kind of like her, I like her personality, it really shines through. I don't know if that would be the one I would choose to like really emphasize on the entrance. With all the male and female talent there is, and very few people actually get pyro, I just thought that was really interesting. At any rate, she has a match with Mandy Rose. It was there. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. Carmella gets the win. I mean, not really a big deal to me, to be honest. Then you get a Sheamus promo package. I did like it. Sheamus taking some good digs at the roster. I've always liked Sheamus. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. And plus, the dude has just been working his butt off, trying to get in phenomenal shape. And he's 40 plus now, so, you know, it's not always as easy at that point. But he looks phenomenal. So can't wait for him to get back. Then you get Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, which straight to the end is a double disqualification because Baron Corbin's goons come down and attack both guys. And then you get a Baron Corbin interview saying he wants in on the match. After that, you have a moment of bliss with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, who hosts Lacey Evans, who was talking about Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks getting in her daughter's face last week, and you don't get between a mother and her daughter. And so she cuts the interview short, goes to the ring because there's supposed to be a tag team match. Her partner, Dana Brooke, comes out and gets attacked by both Bayley and Sasha Banks. Lacey Evans runs up the ramp, and there's a fight on the ramp. Cut to commercial, come back, and there you have the match. Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. There were a couple of botches here. Bayley and Sasha Banks were going to suplex Lacey Evans, who was supposed to land on her feet, but tripped up and kind of took a nosedive. And I've always said that I'm not a big Lacey Evans fan. Personally, she can be great. I can respect her service, all of that. None of that is, going to affect my opinion on her in-ring work, though, or vice versa. And her in-ring work is stiff. And I've always said she's stiff, and I'm not a big fan of her gimmick. So, I call it like I see it. But at the end of the match, Sasha Banks puts Dana Brooke in the bank statement. Her and Bayley get the win. Then you get this kind of weird, creepy-ish backstage bit with Dolph Ziggler, who's doing like creeper status hitting on Mandy Rose. Takes the fruitcake that was given to her by Otis and drops it or throws it on the floor. I don't remember which, but it winds up on the floor. And then Baron Corbin tells Dolph Ziggler he needs to talk to him right now. After that, you get an Ollie package where it kind of shows some of his mishaps in 2019. And he said, but he's also done a lot, and he's also done a lot to change the stigma of people that look like him, which is fine. I have nothing wrong with that. How can you? He's opening up his culture and, his people to the rest of the world on a very global stage. So I think, who doesn't want to do that? After that, Otis, he's walking, he finds the fruitcake on the ground. So apparently they're going to do something with that. Then you get Daniel Bryan, Miz, and Baron Corbin. It's a triple threat match. No disqualification, so people are going to interfere. Of course, that's what happens. There was a spot where Dolph Ziggler comes in, super kicks Daniel Bryan, puts Baron Corbin on Daniel Bryan for the pin. And then out of nowhere, Roman Reigns is there to pull Baron Corbin off of Daniel Bryan. Pulls him out from under the bottom rope. And they go to fighting and they disappear somewhere. So the rest of the match is Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. You already know it's going to go to Daniel Bryan. Of course it does. He puts on the yes lock, LaBelle lock, whatever you want to call it. Miz taps Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt at Royal Rumble. I'm glad they did that. I like that scenario. Then Firefly Funhouse comes on. Bray Wyatt is on the Titantron. He's like congratulating Daniel Bryan. But he's like, don't forget that the Fiend doesn't forget. And he says, are you prepared to do what you have to win this? He's like, are you prepared to let him in? And that's where they cut the show. Daniel Bryan doing the whole yes chant with the crowd. So they ended on a strong note, but to get there, you had to go through a whole lot of menial bullshit. Baron Corbin had like 5 or 6 different segments in this show, and he is, to me, one of the least entertaining people in the entire roster. His personality is very bland. He brings nothing to the table. He's not that good in the ring. So WWE has got this thing now where they want to get people who have heat, no matter if it's actual genuine heel heat or if it's we can't stand this guy heat. And they use that fact that people genuinely don't like certain performers, and they use it as a catalyst to make them these heels. And here's the problem with that. You used to have amazing heels like Randy Orton and even Triple H, but like nowadays, the roster, you still have guys like Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens when he was a heel, who are very smart heels, and they really know how to talk. They're very talented, not just in the ring, but on the microphone. Whereas you have this dipshit, Baron Corbin, who is none of that. And so they actually lessen their product by pushing these guys that fans genuinely don't like. There's a reason we genuinely don't like them. And it just makes the product kind of suck. And so they think it's smart to push these guys because they know all the fans already hate them. That is ass backwards thinking, and it's actually very lazy thinking by WWE Creative. It's lazy as shit. Because, like I said, it just lessens your product. All it is putting somebody that actually sucks in the forefront of your programming. And so I have a really big issue with that. Lacey Evans, I don't have as big an issue with, but again, she's very stiff and I don't get into her gimmick. Otis, it's just stupid humor. There's really not much there that I can get into. Sami Zayn, kind of the same thing. It's not stupid humor, but it's just stupid performance. Like I said, the guy just bounces around like he just did like meth or something. It's ridiculous. And so you have like at least 4 people that are prominently being shown on this program that I can't get into, that I can't connect with at all. And so for me, this program just kind of falters. So at the end of the day, the only thing that I really have that I'm invested in is Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble after this show. And so for that reason, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 because it just didn't do what it was supposed to. It wasn't really all that entertaining. There were a couple of moments there that I thought were cool. The rest of it I could have clicked off and not cared about, which is why I still watch it on YouTube instead of actually watching the program, because they don't deserve ratings. And I know I'm only one person and I'm not going to change a lot for them, but I just refuse to give them ratings at all from my TV doesn't go on. It just doesn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm kind of being hard on them, but I think deservedly so. I think they are just completely lazy with it. So 2 out of 10, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation.